Hi, my name is Kayla. I first met Desiree when I was pregnant with my second child, 6 months after I'd had a cesarean with my first. So we were very excited, and I was desperate for a feedback, and she was the leader of our local ICANN. She was absolutely fabulous and invaluable during that pregnancy, even though I didn't take a childbirth class or hire her as my doula at that time. I had taken Bradley classes, and my husband was my coach, so I didn't need a doula. Um, I did end up having a great hospital birth, but knew still that there was something more out there. So when I found out I was pregnant with my third, when my second was a year old, I decided I was having a home birth. Basically, I told my husband, I was like, honey, I love you, but this is how it is. Home birth, chiropractic care, and I'm hiring a doula, so deal with it. And fortunately, my husband is amazing, and I was like, well, of course, or that's how I thought it would go. So it was awesome. I basically called Desiree when I was like 2 weeks pregnant and was like, hey, guess what? Can you be my doula? And she said, yes, of course, I would love to. So it was all set up, fabulous. She came up to our house, saw where we were up in the sticks of Woodland Park, and just met with us, gave us a rundown of what she does, what her services are, and we just chatted. I love meeting with her and talking to her. We always go on for way too long. It's like even the first time, it's like running into an old friend and just chatting and chatting and chatting forever. So I met with her a few times early on, about every other month. 6 months, I took her childbirth class, which was absolutely awesome. She and Lori co-taught that class, and it was just a great mix. Coming from the 12-week Bradley background and then taking her class was such a breath of fresh air to get it all clear, concise, just right there in your face. It was fabulous. And the practical parts of it, sticking the clothespin on your ear to simulate contractions, that was fun. Showed me I had a lot of work to do with relaxing, but she was right there to give tips and ask how I was doing. She also gave a great postpartum section of the class, which was awesome. Just gave me ideas like, oh yeah, I really do need to think about health afterwards, and really got me thinking about that. So after the class, going back to being my doula again, she met with me about once a month the last few months. The last month, she called me all the time. We were sure with baby number 3 I'd go early, although I don't know why. I had never gone early before, but we were just convinced of it. So by 40 weeks, I was miserable and desperate and calling her all the time, and she was calling me all the time to check on me. I ended up being diagnosed with PTSD due to a miscarriage that I'd had, and the cesarean. I was just convinced that this baby was not going to survive. Even if I got to labor, nothing was going to go right. And so calling her, talking to her, getting advice on who else I could talk to, she was invaluable. She was right by my side the entire time. When I finally did go into labor at 42 weeks, I have what's called prodromal labor, long early labor, where I'm having contractions anywhere from 10 minutes to 20 minutes apart for days. And sure enough, I started prodromal labor, and that first night I was just miserable. I said, I think this is it, maybe, but I need help. I don't know if I'm going to go tonight, but I need help. And she came right up to my house, was able to relieve my husband, stayed with me through my every 15 minutes all night long, pressing on my hips, which is absolutely fabulous. In the morning, she went home because I had a chiropractic appointment and a midwife appointment. Found out at my midwife appointment, boom, going into labor. I'm already 6 centimeters. Got home, called her. She was the first one up, and it was so great to have her there. It was basically like having my mom there, who happened to be watching my kids and couldn't be there at the moment. Just that comforting presence that I could just look at whine at and say, "Help! I can't do this," and she'd say, "Yes, you can," and wipe my forehead. Oh, it was absolutely fabulous. It was just the atmosphere that she brings into the room of just the, I am your, here for you. I am your friend. I am your surrogate mother. It just exactly what I needed. She's exactly what I needed at that time. She had talked to me extensively about what I needed, and she knew that's what I wanted. She knew I needed to be touched. She knew I needed someone to talk to me and be in my face. Um, I know, like, she was very sure just to get my preferences before that. And postpartum, she came and visited me 2 or 3 times after in the couple weeks postpartum. And the night my milk came in, I was actually Facebook chatting with her saying, "Help, I'm engorged and I don't know what to do." And she was absolutely fabulous with giving me tips and websites and help, and was able to come and see me the next day to help with it. So I highly recommend Desiree. She is more than just a doula or child health educator to me. She's definitely a friend, a really, really good friend, if not family. So, anyways, love you, Desiree.